We'll visit the 36th Annual Texas and Neighbors Art Exhibit. We'll check out the Lone Star Youth Orchestra's season finale, and we'll have a profile of artist John Hunter. All this and more coming up About Town. Hello everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Kathy Whiteman. We're so glad you could join us today for our stories on artists and young musicians, as well as Susan's review of A Quiet Place 2 and Cruella. As always, we'd love for you to send us your feedback. Tell us about events going on around the community, interesting people we should profile, or stories you'd like to see on the show. You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. The Irving Art Association presents the 36th Annual Texas and Neighbors exhibition, a juried show showcasing the best of Texas artists and artists from neighboring states. Here's a look.
People who are visual need things to see like this and see in person. And I actually think galleries and museums and art centers are the best kept secret.
Whether you're just beginning to visit galleries or you're starving to see art, the Texas and Neighbors Regional Art Exhibition is a great place to spend some time exploring.
I am looking for people who take chances. I'm looking for, even if it's a traditional subject matter, things that are outside of the box, things that stretch the boundaries.
Andrea Carnes, Senior Curator for the Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth, wants more people to feel comfortable discovering the visual arts. She acknowledges that art can sometimes feel a bit enigmatic.
Art isn't always easy to digest or ingest or understand, so it doesn't mean that every work you're going to understand or get, but you aren't supposed to just walk in and intuitively know everything.
For those who think they'd like to learn more, the way is very simple.
If people feel intimidated by art, I think the best way to start getting over that is to spend time with art.
Carnes served as juror for the annual exhibit, which attracts artists from throughout Texas and 4 neighboring states. She selected the show from hundreds of submissions.
I was thrilled with the amount of people who entered the exhibition. There were over 700 entries, which was fantastic.
Carnes also had the daunting job of selecting the winners, including the Best of Show award.
I chose a work by John Cole called Contemplation. I think there's this great balance of, it's this very pensive look. It seems like a very unflinching look at this man. The anatomy is done so well in the image, the veins and the wrinkles and just the way, the paint handling. It's a familiar scene, I think, to almost anyone who looks at it, but it's so well done at the same time. It's not rot, it's not cliche. It was just a really nice moment, and I love to see everyday moments in works of art.
The show features a wide variety of media and styles, and for the first time in its 36-year history, ceramics and sculpture. Carnes suggests that art novices look at these works of art and just decide what resonates with them.
If there's a message received, it doesn't have to be about beauty. It doesn't have to be about liking something. It just has to be about striking a chord, hitting on some emotional response or cerebral response.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. You can see this excellent exhibit at the Irving Art Center Main Gallery through June 21st. Make your reservation at irvingartcenter.com or call 972-252-ARTS. The Lone Star Youth Orchestra presented its 2020-2021 season finale, The 3 Bs, which showcased this year's concerto competition winners. Susan Stevens has the story.
Bach, Brahms, and Burns. Sorry, Beethoven, but the Lone Star Youth Orchestra's season finale presents music by the 3 Bs.
This is our concert to close out the 2020 to 21 season. And we're featuring some soloists tonight who were the first and second place winners of our annual concerto competition.
Mohini Bahave and Iris Song won first and second place at the concerto competition back in February. And tonight they are playing their winning pieces.
We'll both be performing two different movements of the Bach E major concerto. I'll be performing the first movement, she'll be performing the third.
The concert for tonight is a chance for our solo competition winners to get a chance to play their music with an orchestra, which is something that not a lot of high school students and middle school students ever get to do.
For both Iris and Mohini, violin was an instrument they fell in love with at first sight.
I wanted to play the violin ever since I saw one, and I started in 4th grade. I liked the rosin and the shoulder rest because I thought it was satisfying.
So when I was younger, I was in our music class in elementary school, and one of my teachers, she'd brought in her instrument, which was a violin. And I'd seen a violin before, and we had gone to like a concert with it, and I thought it was really cool as like an instrument to play, and just the sound it produced was really pretty. And getting to see it up close and getting to see her play it, it was a really like big moment for me. So I ended up going home and I told my parents, I was like, I want to play the violin. I like it mainly because I can really play anything I want, and it comes from myself, and I have the ability to change the music the way I want it to. Like, I like the fact that I'm producing it and I can have an impact on the way it sounds, and I can make viewers feel what I feel when I play.
It's really unique, and it's different than any other instrument.
I remember from when I was their age, playing in an orchestra and discovering that I could like be part of something great from the past. And that's something that musicians get to do that's kind of unique among the arts.
It's a passion the entire Lone Star Youth Orchestra is happy to share with each other and with a live audience.
You're part of something transcendent every time you give a concert. And it's just really magical.
It's really exhilarating, and getting to share the fact that you love the music you play with the audience and getting them to hear it and express it the way that you want it to be heard. It's a really incredible feeling.
For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Learn more about the Lone Star Youth Orchestra at lascalinasymphony.org/LSYO. The Irving Black Arts Council has partnered with Inspiration Inc. to bring an evening of sweet soul music to the Dupree Theater. Lenita Johnson joins me in the studio, and via Zoom, Fran Anderson, to give us all the details. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
I am so glad to see you in the studio. This is so nice. In person.
It's the best. I missed you guys.
Same here, same here. And what an exciting time to have you come in, because it looks like we're about to around the corner on this pandemic and people are going back into the theaters. Yes. So you guys have decided to end this season 2020-2021 with something that everybody is gonna love. Tell us about the concert.
Oh my God, Kathy, I am so excited about this because we know that the one thing that brings people together is music. And there's nothing better than soul music. And we got some soul sisters, some soul music, and friends. We're partnering with Arts Vision, Fran Anderson. We started this pre-pandemic. She has hung in there with us, she has believed in us, and now we're opening back up. So we're excited to end the season and start your summers.
Right.
Start your summer off tapping your feet, clapping your hands. It's
and get back together with friends. Yes. I love that.
Yes.
So Fran, I mentioned Inspiration Inc. Lenita mentioned Arts Vision. So tell us a little bit about your organizations and how they work together and how you're working with the Irving Black Arts Council.
Sure. So the organization originally began as Inspiration Inc. And our goal was to bring African American and Christian theater to the forefront, and get people out to act and to dance and to sing and to see that they have those talents. So that's kind of what our vision is. And so that's why our email and call letter, whatever, is arts in the community. So we want to go into the community, put arts there, and bring folks in to the arts also. So Arts Vision actually was a part of Inspiration Inc., and it was originally called the Youth Actors Theater. So, and that's how we kind of got started. And then we partnered up with St. Paul United Methodist Church, formulated Arts Vision. And then we've been with them since 2014. And then in 2019, they changed some things there at St. Paul, and we were able to become our own nonprofit for Arts Vision. So that's kind of how we've done it. And so Inspiration Inc., basically, anything that we do, we take our funds and we fund the youth program. So that's basically what we do.
Okay, that makes sense. And so excited that you are able to take art and take it to that audience that we want to grow the most, our young people,
Yes.
and have them
Yes.
an opportunity to really get involved. So for the night of the concert, can you give us some hints about what the audience will get to experience?
Well, I'm going to say it's disco-licious. So that's how we're calling it. But we have brought in, I just really call up my friends. I've been really fortunate to meet some really wonderful folks here in Dallas. And so I've just called up my friends and said, hey, I've met this wonderful lady out there in Irving. I just love her. And she invited us to come and do some work with her. We were looking forward to doing something in August. But she called back and said, hey, can you do something in June? And I was kind of like, yeah, sure. And then I called all my friends and I said, y'all, we just need to do Soul Sisters. And basically that's what it is. I call my soul sisters, my friend girls that sing, that sang, like that. So I called my soul sisters in, and then I started getting other people that heard about what we were doing and wanted to do it also, wanted to join. So we decided to do Soul Sisters, soul music with friends.
Oh, I love it.
So we got a little bit of everything. We have a band that, their last gig was playing Birthday Party for President Clinton. So we've got some good stuff coming.
So you absolutely have some good stuff.
Oh yeah,
coming.
we got the chops. We got the chops, and we want them to just come and clap their hands, stomp their feet, dance if they want to in the aisles.
Okay, all right. That sounds like a really good way for the
Yes.
Irving Black Arts Council to bring this season to an end. So we only got about 30 seconds left. Lanita, tell us what we need to know. Where can we get tickets?
Okay, the concert or the event is June 12th. It's at 7:30 p.m. in the Dupree Theater at the Irving Arts Center. You can go to the Irving Arts Center box office online. Get your tickets now. It is a limited audience. So get your tickets now because we're only still under some COVID rules that we're only letting in so many patrons. It's not going to stop us. We're going to have a great time if it's 50, 500, or 5. So please get your tickets. Go to the irvingblacarts.org. You can find the ticket link there as well. But we just want to see you. We want to be able to really, really go into our community. That was really the vision almost 32 years ago of Councilman Townsell, Jackie May Townsell. So I know every time we do something like this, I know she's smiling. She's patting us on the back, and I'm proud of our board and our officers for keeping it going.
Absolutely. Well, and the spirit of Jackie Townsell is something that this community loves. So let's keep it going. Yes. So folks, the details again: Soul Sisters and Soul Music with Friends, Saturday, June 12th at 7:30 p.m. in the Dupree Theater. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets and irvingblacarts.org for more information. This week, Susan reviews A Quiet Place 2 and Cruella. Horror fans and Disney fans should not confuse the two. But let's hear what Susan has to say about these new movies that revisit some much-loved origin stories.
What happened? A bomb, I think.
What's that you hear? No, it's not just unexpected sound in a sequel to an extremely quiet horror. It's lightning striking twice for John Krasinski as he succeeds in creating another heart-pounding, well-crafted story with A Quiet Place Part 2. In the first Quiet Place, we meet the Abbott family in the thick of the catastrophe, already learning their ways around alien-like monsters with a keen sense of hearing. In Part 2, the film begins with a day one title card and an incredible opening sequence that shows how this disaster came to be. It's a sequence I could watch on replay. The film then jumps to present day, where the surviving Abbott family members leave their now destroyed home and try to find salvation.
I don't know why you came all the way up here. There's nothing left.
There are people out there. People worth saving.
Writer-director John Krasinski knows how to make a suspenseful horror that will keep you on edge with its silence, never knowing when the volume will turn up and have you jumping out of your seat, which I did at least 5 times. But Krasinski's talents don't just lie in his ability to scare. Just like in his first film, this sequel highlights relatable human struggles, family relationships, trust, growing up, and having to face your fears. It's this skill that makes the Quiet Place franchise a standout. Krasinski has given us characters we feel like we know and care about. He doesn't just rely on shock value to entertain audiences. He's created an effective horror with a compelling premise that pushes the story forward.
Most people had finally given up hope.
There may be some repetition towards the second half of the film, but you'll be distracted enough by the suspense and incredible performances. Cillian Murphy makes a great addition to the cast and plays a strong, mysterious fighter with a heartbreaking backstory. Emily Blunt continues to do a wonderful job, but it's Noah Jupe and Millicent Simmons who shine as these once timid characters step up and do whatever it takes to protect their family. A Quiet Place Part 2 is an excellent second chapter that's masterfully shot and cleverly written. It's an experience that deserves to be viewed in theaters. Just remember to be very quiet. Now onto a film that's more family-friendly, but could still give the little ones a fright. Disney's new live-action dark comedy, Cruella, starring Emma Stone.
Let me give you some advice. You can't care about anyone else. Everyone else is an obstacle. You care what an obstacle wants or feels, you're dead. If I'd cared about anyone or thing, I might have died. You have the talent. Whether you have the killer instinct is the big question.
Did you ever wonder how Cruella de Vil came to be? Well, I was hesitant about this origin story, but there's no need to worry because Cruella is absolutely spectacular. Writers Dana Fox and Tony McNamara provide a refreshing spin on the character we love to hate. We get a look into her upbringing and a time when she wasn't completely evil.
She thought she owned everyone.
It's foolish. Unhinged. Well, you're fired. Why are you speaking?
I think you nicked me. But there's something about poetic justice that's just so poetic.
You won't admit you love me, and so how
Do you have a light?
to know you always tell me.
Get her.
This doesn't have to be a scene.
It really, really does. I'd like to remind you all that I'm doing this in heels.
What was your name?
Cruella.
Both Emma Thompson and Emma Stone play wonderfully wicked characters. Stone simply slides into her role as Cruella, effortlessly going from her good alter ego Estella to the vicious woman she tries to bottle up, Cruella de Vil. The film is beautifully shot. This is in great part due to the cinematography that sprinkles in a punk rock color scheme that lightens up the screen.
If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started.
I want to make trouble. You in?
I do love trouble.
You have a bit of an extreme side. Yes, darling. And what fun that is.
The film tells a dark tale that's not an overly depressing one. I'll admit the movie is a tad long, clocking in at 2 hours and 14 minutes, but every scene is vital to this unique, fun, and exciting story. There are twists and turns you won't see coming. And be sure to stick around for a promising mid-credit scene. Oh, and you can rest easy knowing no dogs are harmed in this movie. It is Disney, after all. Cruella is an explosive thrill ride you won't want to miss.
She stole my dogs. I guess you must hate her. She has made it me or her. And I choose me.
Don't worry, there's lots more bad things coming.
Perhaps.
And finally, if you're looking for a bright and happy family adventure, check out Universal Pictures' new animated film, Spirit Untamed. It's the sequel to the 2002 movie, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. The film follows Lucky Prescott, whose life is changed forever when she moves from her home in the city to a small frontier town and befriends a wild Mustang. I leave you now with a preview of the film. For About Town, I'm Susan Stevens.
You are lucky you didn't get yourself killed. You stay away from that horse.
Dad, it's not his fault.
I'm trying to keep you safe.
He said, let's get out of this town. Just take it slow. Horses can feel what you feel. It's in your heart to run free. It's in mine, too. I'm gonna call you Spirit.
Let's round up that herd, boys.
We need to get Spirit back to his family. This is a terrible idea. Sign me up.
I believe in you, Lucky. You have your mother's spirit.
Stay wild, mi querida Fortuna. Trust me. I can't look.
A Quiet Place 2 opens May 26th and Cruella opens May 27th in local theaters. Not many people can claim a passion for art and a passion for herpetology, but artist John Lee Hunter can. Here's a profile of this talented and prolific artist.
BC stands for brush cleaning. And so these abstracts, for the most part, I mean, occasionally there's going to be some representational creep in, but typically they are completely free-flowing energy and emotional happenstance sort of creation. But also sometimes I may see something and take it in a particular direction, but I try to keep it instinctual, try to not create anything in particular, because I want it to be a very genuine emotional expression of who I am. So that's my very first painting. I did that in 1974, and I would say it's probably, I was probably 14. It was probably after my 14th birthday, because I probably got the art supplies for my birthday. I truly believe that my style is to have no style. I don't even like to replicate my own work. I don't do a lot of representational work because I'm a photographer also. And photography is representational, so why should I paint a picture of something I already have a picture of? So that makes, I do it occasionally just to make sure I still can, you know. But typically, if it's going to be paint, it's going to be an expression of the enigmatic, spiritual me. Abstraction is an expression of something ethereal. I do much better, much stronger work if I am emotionally invested in the project, if I have an emotional relationship with the person. So I don't just do, you know, I won't have somebody come to me and say, oh, paint me a picture of a tree. We're going to create something that expresses who we are as creatures, as beings on this planet. That's what's important to me.
The 36th Annual Texas and Neighbors Art Exhibit is currently on display in the Irving Art Center main gallery. You can catch the show through June 21st. Here's a look and a list of other creative things to do about town. And here are some more exciting things to do in our happenings about town. Oasis Smooth Jazz presents jazz violinist Richmond Punch on Friday, June 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. in the Texas Lottery Plaza. Get your tickets at toyotamusicfactory.com. Reserve your place in the American Red Cross lifeguard training classes June 11th through 13th at the North Lake Natatorium. Learn more at the Parks and Recreation page at cityofirving.org. The Irving Arts Center's Lunch and Learn series continues on Tuesday, June 8th at noon. Call 972-252-ARTS to reserve your place and get the Zoom link. And if you like to exercise to the beat of a different drummer, check out Pound Fit Sunday, June 13th at 10 a.m. at Texas Lottery Plaza. Learn more at toyotamusicfactory.com and learn more about Art Center events and register for Kids Arts at irvingartcenter.com or call 972-252-ARTS for tickets and information. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us. Please be sure to join us next time for our stories on the Nerf Ball Challenge and the Cares Cup Karaoke Kickoff. We'll leave you tonight with another look at the Lone Star Youth Orchestra in performance. I'm Kathy Whiteman. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.